G'day and welcome to episode 52 of the Guy Who Sews podcast. My name is Sean and this is my weekly podcast where I share my quilting adventures. I'd like to welcome both new and returning viewers to the podcast, but if you are new, I would love it if you take just a few moments to say hi so we all know we have a new friend. Where possible, any channels, products, or patterns that I'm using, I'll put in the description below, but if you need any assistance or have additional questions, please reach out and I'll be more than happy to help. But let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. It's holiday week. Christmas is today. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Um, and as you know, it's busy. You know, a lot of stuff goes on, and I wanted to get quite a bit of sewing done this week, and sadly, that didn't quite happen. I did get some stuff done. I worked a little bit on my somber quilt last Sunday, I think it was, and I got this done. You know, so there's progress in that, and that. And the rest of them are sewn together. Well, yeah, so, I've done alright, Would have liked to have done more, but, we had a lot of family time. We went out to the holiday lights on Tuesday. We did some more family stuff here. And then with the the storm that we had the other day, it knocked down a couple of fence panels in our backyard, and Finley is an escape artist, if you let her. So I was outside in the cold digging holes and pouring concrete and doing that sort of stuff instead of sewing as well. So hopefully next week is better and we'll have more stuff to show you. So let's move on now to our week in review. I'm really looking forward to showing you this. I've got quite a bit of stuff to show you, like the botanical garden lights and everything else. So I hope you enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoyed the week in review. Last week I asked you guys if you would prefer a hot or a cold Christmas. Most of you said the cold Christmas, but I did have some people on my team that preferred the warmer Christmas. This week, let's just have a little bit of fun with our question, and I'd love to know, when you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? And did you follow that dream? For me, when I was a very young boy, obviously firefighter. I think every young boy goes through that stage at least once in their life. And then when I grew a little bit older, I thought about being a flight attendant, but due to my height being 6'5", I was going to be too tall for just about every aircraft and they wouldn't hire me, so that dream kind of fell short. Did consider being a teacher for a moment. That didn't pan out either. And then my crazy dream was being an F1 pit mechanic, but, I'm not very mechanical of cars, so that didn't pan out either. So let me know what you wanted to be when you grew up, when you were a child, and if you followed those dreams. So last week I said my goal was to do some sewing, and I achieved that, even though it was very little. So what I want to do this week is so many things. I want to try and make progress on as much as I can, and it's just funny that even though I barely have touched my sewing machine in the last 2 weeks, I decided it was a really good idea to go to my favorite fabric store locally and buy all of this. Why? I'm going to tell you just a little bit later on in the episode. What are your goals for this week? This Week, I was happy to announce that my friends at Cotton Cuts selected me as ambassador for the upcoming project Village Green, which is their newest puzzle mystery quilt, which is on sale now. And they also gave me a code, which is Sean Village. I'll put it in the description below. And if you decide to sign up and use that code, you and I will both get a gift, and I don't remember exactly what it is, but I believe it's fabric, which is always great. So yeah, if it's something you're interested in, maybe you got some extra Christmas money, definitely head over and select your favorite colorway. I'm doing the lavender, which is a series of purples, which I'm really excited about. Let me know if you're doing this puzzle mystery quilt along with me. So in case you missed it, I put out a few videos this week. Last Sunday and last Thursday I put out Vlogmas videos, and if you watch those, you'll find out why there's a gap in between those as well. I'm not going to throw out any spoilers here. And then yesterday, you may have seen it already, I put out this little thing called a quilt trunk show where me and 21 other content creators showcase our favorite quilts. If you haven't checked it out, definitely do so. I am just in awe of such the positive response that everybody has given me. I love that every story that was given was unique and so powerful in its own way. I don't want to give away any spoilers to anybody that hasn't seen it yet, but you may want to bring some tissues along with you for one of the stories in the middle, because it's just powerful like that. I just want to give a huge thanks to everybody that's watched the video, and especially to the other creators that spent their time to come and be part of this. I mean, they are the reason this was a success. I mean, yes, I coordinated it and put it together and everything else, but without them, it would have not been the success it was. So thank you to each and every one of you that took your time to be part of this wonderful program. And a lot of you have suggested that this should be an annual event, and it will be. I plan on doing this again next year. Maybe tweak it a little bit, do something slightly different, but we will be doing more trunk shows here on the channel in 2023. Thank you all again for supporting this and making this the success it was. It really does mean a lot to me. And one more thing about the Quilt Trunk Show, I made a Google form, and I'll put it in the description below as well. And if I would love it if you would just fill out that form, vote for your favorites, and leave me any comments or feedback that you would like me to know, so that way I can make next year's event even bigger and better. Upcoming videos this Saturday, the 31st at 8 o'clock, Break with the Guy Who Sews at my normal time. I'm going to have my special guest, Stephen Bland and the Idiot Quilter, join me. He's been on the channel a few times before, and it's always a hoot hanging out with him, and I figured he'd be the perfect guest to have to close out 2022 with me. We'll probably work on some whips, so definitely come hang out with us for a little bit. It's always going to be a good time, so I hope to see you there. So now it's time for mail call or recent acquisitions, and I've got a couple of cool things to show you. The first thing is a gift from one of my co-workers. He is Indian, and he actually had the chance to go back home to India last month, and he called me over to his cube the other day and said, I want you to take this. And it is a huge big piece of Indian hand-painted fabric. It has elephants and horses and all sorts of neat stuff on here, and I believe it's about twin size. And I have no clue what I'm going to do with it yet, but I just think it was so special that he thought of me like that and wanted me to have it, because it's something that's so unique. And then the other thing that I had to show you is this wonderful pile of fabric, which I showed you a little earlier in the podcast. And I am joining, the reason I have that is I am joining another puzzle mystery quilt by Art East Quilting Company. It is the So Place Like Home, and it is a monthly block that they give you the instructions for, and it's all based on the Wizard of Oz. I'm a little bit behind. This started in September, so the first 4 blocks are out already. I'm going to try and get this cut and at least started on one of the blocks fairly soon, and I'm really looking forward to this, because I may have mentioned this already, but The Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend, and we will see you again Saturday morning with Stephen for Break with the Guy Who Sews, and then again January 1st, 2023. The first thing you get to do is hang out with me for my next podcast. I hope you'll have a great day. Definitely hit the like button and leave me a comment, because I always love hearing from you, and we'll see you then. Happy holidays. See you soon. Happy sewing. Bye.